try to put the Coddle there to just always have a good lane, a 50-50 mid. So they try to pick the co-op to shut it down, but I haven't seen much success with this hero recently. So it's something that it's going to be really interesting to watch to see how Team Spirit plays. This hero is also very snowball heavy. You die once, you die twice, the game starts to kind of fall out of your hands.
Yeah, they kind of took their escape when they saw, like, you know, maybe there was an opportunity to send that Viper, and they just said, no, collapse, you can handle it. You'll be all right in the lane, right? It should be fine. Definitely going to be a bit of a concern, but the pressure is on Toronto Tokyo. He'll be the one with the shoulders to bear the burden of this victory.
Maposhka caught right at the start. That's never a sight that you love to see. Can heal a lot off of the illusions, but is just going to be brought low. Already used the brain sap, and one last punch. Faith Beyond drawing first blood. A good sign for LGD out of the gates.
Again, right?
In a row. Yeah. This guy just gets to start his off lane with a little bit of a first blood gold, huh?
Maybe he'll go 4 deaths into a Midas again. It worked out. It keeps working out every game, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it again.
I'd love it. Well, again, the lane swap-ups, we'll see if they have something like it this time, as Yatoro and Collapse both sitting in the mid lane. 5 heroes mid. Normally, this is like a low priority game when you see this. Either that or a pro game, one or the other.
I think they might be worried about LGD swapping their lanes up to lane the Naga top versus the Razor. And so they don't want to play the Viper into the Naga, but I think they're just going to walk through the lanes. It doesn't feel too bad. They also they picked the Monkey into the Razor, so they knew the lane matchups they're walking into. So they might even end up tri-laning in the bot lane just to kind of win this lane.
Oh, and look at Faith Beyond just camping, waiting for this, forcing the rebound from Mira.
And now everybody is zoned out of bot. Yeah, they're still 5 mid.
There are creeps down there, actually. You might not believe it.
And they're lane swapping, so the Viper's going to go bot versus the Razor. Monkey will go top versus the Naga. A little nicer for the Monkey, it's a melee hero. And again, the Viper versus the Naga matchup can be really hard. He has illusions, which Viper doesn't clear.
But right away they say no. Faith Beyond sees them on that ward.
Look at that.
Shocking, he says. I'm out of here.
I'm not going to lane. You can't make me.
Some musical lanes right now. I think this favors LGD actually, because Tusk does a lot with levels early. So they're kind of leave him bot, and he's going to transition into this core in the early game in terms of levels. And he'll probably rotate on mid. He has a lot of damage with the Coddle Blast if he hits a snowball at the right time, so it's going to be nice. At least ZinQ will have the opportunity to carry this early game.
I feel like it's one of the hardest things to account for when a Dota game starts, when you have this musical lanes, because so many things and factors can come into play, right? Like these TPs, even a situation like that where Maposhka's TPing back to the tower, like now he's just committed, right? He's not going anywhere else at this point.
Well, yeah, Spirit to themselves are probably saying that they're happy with not swapping the lanes. They're a little ahead of XP on both of their cores. Even the Naga hasn't really gotten a creep yet. He's gotten, I think, 1 from top. So a little behind right now, but they're doing this for the lane matchups. They're doing this for, you know, the next 2-3 minutes rather than the right now.
Well, and that's so important because, like the panel was talking about, this is what Team Spirit were really hoping to take full advantage of. They wanted to try and snowball that early lead that they get out of the laning stage into more objectives. And if they don't get that, you got to be a little bit worried about how this all will work out. So we'll see these next couple of minutes play out and where they go for it. But already Ame back behind the tower, and Mira pretty far forward. Needs to be careful not to get caught here. Already level 2 on the Tusk. Rebound on the line, so Mira gonna get chased a little bit here by ZinQ, but it won't turn into anything.
I mean, it's really painful though with the Orb of Venom, and like he doesn't have any allies for the rebound, so he's just
hello,
long time.
Or
gonna help
friends, anybody? Mira getting chased,
you know. There's a lot of HP, you know. That's all it is in the end.
Goodness gracious.
Same time on mid, there's already a lot of pressure coming on the Coddle. The Quap's really going to have none on him. He's just going to constantly blink forward, press dagger on him and hit him.
Ooh, that was a little scary there. Mira gets away though.
Yeah, he blinked forward. He got another dagger on Nothing to Say while he was charging up there too. Forced to go and grab a water rune and still just ticking down very low in that mid lane.
He's setting himself a salve on the courier, so he'll heal up soon, and he'll just jungle this small. You know, the favorite of all the mids right now.
Yeah, and sit way back on that Coddle.
Mira.
Ooh, the collapse.
Spotting Ame. They bring him down. Nether Toxin there. The break is out. Collapse tries to stay tall in this Fair Fire. 1 kill. Can he get enough distance? Tries to bring him down, but it's not going to be enough before he dies. ZinQ still going to fall as Mira picks up that kill. 2 for 1.
That the lane could have started feeling really bad. His Null Talisman and his Wraith Band both just got killed on the courier, which, you know, feels really bad. You look at his inventory, just 2 circlets.
He probably wins that fight
with both of them. Yeah, he probably live. So feels good, feels okay for LGD, but yeah, going down on both the Naga after doing this lane swap, after having this bad early game is just not what you want to see.
2-2, and the Coddle's still high up in terms of... Oh, he's just gone. Yeah, they make that rotation over as Zinq respawns and making this top lane a little bit better.
Look at it pushing in there towards Faith Beyond as well. Like Yatoro just able to hit last hits with his boundless strike, so not the situation you want to be in. Well, actually get a pull off as the supports move though. They're forcing TP bottom.
They need to, as there's a lot of pressure onto Ame there. So Y makes that rotation as they were getting aggro. Nothing else going to come of that.
Nice read from Zinq. He kind of realized there's a double wave pushing in for the Naga bot, so he didn't need to be there. So he goes top, gets his free kill. Kind of also protecting his Razor better than the Dazzle would, and the Dazzle also can go bot and protect the Naga a little bit better.
It did hurt. They lost a full wave top though because of these movements, and now even the Dazzle going to fall despite making that rotation to save the Naga, going to pay with his own life.
Spirit fighting back a little bit here in this game number 2. These are the moves that they've got to make.
Yeah, Seb was saying about Team Spirit's laning, and we're kind of seeing it right now with all the pressure, especially from Collapse. I think Viper is just a standout hero along with Razor, but the Viper is being used to way more success right now.
And seeing a Queen of Pain stay toe-to-toe with a Keeper of the Light as well.
Yeah.
Yatoro jumping back and forth. They're dropping down a couple of, ooh, careful, which is the right tree. They find him, has to jump out, turns into a tree on a tree, as there is no regen up here for him. Now, Yatoro not having a great time. We'll get that curry.
You know, I saw him right away, Zinq. He bought himself a Clarities, then he sold one and bought a Quelling Blade. He's like, that's, sometimes you got to try and catch that monkey.
Yeah, he has multiple ways to get vision with his 2 spells, also the Razor Q, so it'll be nice pressure on the monkey. He can't play this, because right now he's being unable to just play on the side of the lane in the trees and just get XP if he needs to, jump on their waves, but surely Zinq will shut it down.
It feels very similar to his last game on the Phantom Lancer, honestly. A bit of a rough start, but you know, likewise right now for Ame, he's not having the best start either.
Level 6, Toronto Tokyo, does he go for it in the mid lane? Thinking about it, Sonic Wave, Fairy Fire though, but the turn down, can they get off and deny? No, he's just gonna TP.
Yeah, he gets home in time before it ticks down, so Fountain gonna help out.
That was close. Well played, nothing to say.
This is nice. He's going to get the Boots of Travel soon, but he is really kind of poor for what you'd expect from a Coddle. Usually they're top of the net worth. They're level 6 by now, maybe even 7. You aim for the Boots of Travel by like 7 minutes, and this might be more of an 8-9 minute with how this lane is going.
Yeah, and it's definitely an Alchemist-like effect. You know, maybe you guys aren't playing a lot of Coddle or something. You should be at the top. You need to be at the top in order to really fully get the most out of this hero. You want to be rotating around with those solar binds, trying to help out the side lanes and give a little bit back from your free lane mid.
Thinking about going here, finding Ame, he's only level 3. Has not been able to have a great start to this, and will go for the Dispel, chase, Toronto Tokyo, he doesn't have another blink, needs it a couple seconds, just gonna have to TP out. So they can't get the kill onto Ame, but still punishing that farm.
Yeah, right now the big thing is generally the Coddle gets the Boots of Travel and you try to make a play like instantly, which is probably what LGD was hoping for in terms of putting the Naga in bot. You kind of have a rougher lane, but the Coddle rotates and fixes it. But right now, everyone's kind of needs their own time. Even Faith Beyond.
Oh, that was so nice, actually.
He needs some time, but he doesn't have it. And Yatoro there to clean up.
Oh, so Aposhka was lurking in the tree line right there, waiting that whole time until Razor came out. And when he tries to pressure with the Link, he just nightmares. And that's when you see the rotation from Mira come through with a fully charged Primal Spring as well. They get that damage for the kill. And Team Spirit now taking a lead in terms of the gold, but really shutting down the most important heroes right now for LGD.
It's really nice watching how they constantly, they force the TP and still get the kill. It's not like they're doing one or the other. They make the support TP, the core dies. Then they walk to the other side of the map, they make a support TP, the core dies. And they just keep getting these little tiny advantages from it. The Boots of Travel are finished now for nothing to say. He still doesn't have a point in Solar Bind. A little under-leveled, but maybe he can try to make a rotation to this top lane. The Monkey King can dodge the blast, but this is probably where the biggest pressure is going to be.
It's all on Zinq to set it up.
Not an easy thing to do, but he has gotten some good levels, almost level 5 here at 7.5 minutes. And it looks like until those bots are there, well, they get the dispose. Why? Right on top of Mira, but the rebound and the runaway.
The no-risk initiation, you know?
It's true.
But something, this Naga is only level 4 right now. All the cores on LGD are actually really low XP. The Razor's not even 6. The Coddle just hit 7, which is pretty low for now, and the Naga just hit 5. So they're going to need a lot of time to just get the levels up, because all their heroes are very level dependent.
And, I mean, part of it is, well, hold on.
Oh my God, no.
Thank you. Another one. Mira in trouble, gets the sidekick off before he goes down. Xingqiu, snowball. This is going to be all the way onto Mapochka. Can they punish this as, yeah, collapses there. Boundless strike, Viper strike, all the strikes, and Xingqiu is dead. I mean, part of the reason for that level is you look at the last hits out of that laning stage, right? And it's so many denies, 18, 15,
don't look at
16.
Don't go there.
It's been rough. It's not really been, I mean, how often do you see 29 last hits on a Naga Siren this late into the game?
You know what's kind of painful too is that this is also a hero that suffers from XP at times because of being an illusion carry as well and spamming them around for the gold.
Trying to set something up here. The pushback onto Mapochka. That was well played by Nothing to Say, but they show up now. Toronto Tokyo trying to find something. He's very quick on the old Coddle, but the dagger eventually going to connect up to him. They have the sidekick.
Oh, Mapochka?
Tries to get the pushback. Mapochka gets denied by Roche. Sonic Wave to finish the Coddle. And Team Spirit, just a symphony of skills.
Do you want to run into the Viper? I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's the plan.
Mira's Papa's there to help out. They see him on the board as well. They say, no, thank you.
That was really nice. Arcana as well, so the Sonic Wave is not too long of a cooldown, but you can just see how, like, heavy Spirit's pressuring them right now. LGDs kind of keep getting corralled in this, like, little tiny corridors, these, like, low grounds on the river, the low grounds on the hills. And they just have so much AoE on the side of Spirit between the Viper and the Quap.
I'm not finding the real one. There, you had the number on him, but wanted to just kill off the illusion, keep the farm going for the Monkey King. A little bit ahead in terms of experience and net worth, and trying to go in towards the Maelstrom, it looks like. So Yatoro needs to be able to deal with these illusions.
Also going for an Ags. It's so cool how Monkey has a lot of different builds right now. He has the more aggressive Diffusal or Echo. He has the Battle Fury, and this is kind of in between. It gives you a nice timing with the Maelstrom damage, and it's really good for these illusion heroes because they take so much damage from the magic and they have a lot of armor.
Yeah, I think it fits well with the tempo that they likely want to play this game as well.
Even the Ags will give them this more AoE damage so that all of their draft is basically telling LGD to walk into them and that they'll kill them when they walk in.
Tokyo on the Queen of Pain still hunting a little bit here. Runs into this dire jungle, taking away that farm from Nothing to Say.
Able to sneak a couple of them out of there. Faith Beyond cleans up the creeps.
It's all just prepping for collapse now.
I know.
Diving in the tower to Y, forced to go for the grave TP. Mapochka's close, but not close enough.
Light Dying Fountain, he does in fact. And as you talk about, Ame down bottom, in trouble, disposed there, absolutely dead. Snowball tries to turn this, and dodges the damage, the rebound away off of the trees. Xingqiu, they can't connect, it's not good enough. And they made that rotation over with the Razor, but couldn't find anybody. Good play by Team Spirit.
Nice of him to get out. If the Coddle TP'd, he might have had enough damage. He hasn't earned no charges yet. And this is kind of feeling really awkward. The Coddle doesn't have a big of a game. The Snago has no game. The Razor's still really low level. Even the Tusk is outshining him level-wise.
Yeah.
And you kind of are wondering where are they going to get this comeback XP.
Well, they're not getting the gold from the towers. Is that bottom tier one still standing? They just took the top. And we'll see if they can constrict this map or not. Toronto Tokyo keeps running in to mess with Ame's farm.
Yeah, generally at this point in the game, you want to get your Naga on the enemy side of the map to cut the waves, but you see the second he gets left alone, the Monkey King TP's bot, Yatoro starts pressuring him, killing his illusions. He doesn't want to give him any of this map, and now they kick him back to his own jungle. And
out there, Toronto Tokyo is just hunting him.
They're not giving him a jungle, and Naga does not want to be the tri-camp. You don't really farm agents that well, you don't cut waves, you don't get the XP. It just kind of feels really bad.
Well, an interesting start to this Witchblade build for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, flying in on the courier now. So a lot of damage just jump in here.
He watched Nothing to Say by it last game on Puck. You know, maybe Witchblade, 100% win rate right now.
It's good. Turn into a Revenant's Broochly. That's the real dream. Smoke up though. Tusk, Coddle. They want to kick these heroes out of here, and most explicitly, it's Collapse. They're the one he's hunting. The Arcane Ring drops, and they find him here. Will it be enough damage? Throws the Viper Strike, passes TP, not a chance. And
he found the real Naga Siren, disposed into a Fiend's Grip.
Oh my god, the bigger kill. Ame goes down again.
So Mira ults, he punches each illusion once, and then he just pings the real one and throws her.
What a guy. 0-3 start though for Ame. Really rough on the Naga Siren.
LGD's been in these situations. I think a group stage versus RNG, they had a really rough game. Ame had, I think he was 0-5 or 0-6 on the Spectre. So what the way they played out that game was they kept baiting their heroes in spots that they could all TP to and all show up, and then they would get the counter kills, even though they killed a Naga. But the way Naga wants to play is you want to be alone from your team, you want to be able to kind of song and get out, or just cut lanes on the enemy side of the map. So he's not really giving his team the opportunity, and it's not his fault. It's just kind of the way their heroes are playing out.
Well, if there was one thing, it was the way the panel said this might go, that it would start off with Team Spirit looking really good. Are they doing a good enough job of shutting down everything that LGD is doing? Do you think that this is set up for them to run away with this game here?
I'd say even more so than maybe expected in some ways. Like the levels especially are just pretty brutal right now, and then you're getting to this earlier item as well, the Blink Dagger already done for Mira, who has the keen optic to boot, so pretty frightening there, and trying to enable Nothing to Say has been a real struggle.
We're trying to enable right now with this this smoke to the bot lane, but it's really hard to get a catch on these heroes. The Monkey King just jumping into the trees, and there's no one in the jungle.
This is that bait situation, though, as you said. They're all going to TP, they're rotating in.
The entire team, but he's already dead. Fate Beyond gone. Now they snowball forward, tries to bring down one. The Mischief dodges some of the damage, pushes him outside. But Yaro, he showed up Toronto Tokyo. Can they bring down Q? Nothing to Say, just getting beaten down by Marcy. Sonic Wave done. They find the Bane, and Team Spirit are not to be messed with today. Takedown 4.
I thought he'd gotten away with it.
He tried a tumbler toy, but Marcy rebound too strong. It was really nice sleep as well on the Dazzle to not get the Grave on the Coddle. And, you know, something that was worried about was that the Coddle and the Dazzle are a lot of healing, which kind of counteracts this Queen of Pain, but they have so much damage right now.
God, and I mean, again, you're rotating 4 heroes to help Faith Beyond this lane. He just dies right before you can get there.
Yeah, and the death is okay. That's fine by LGD standards. The real issue is that, you know, Team Spirit had the same response. They're going to bring those heroes as well. They're going to try and win this fight, and even if they don't bring the same amount of numbers, they're going to have the strength to still defeat you here.
Collapse, rebounded, gets some separation, turns to fight. Faith Beyond, dispose, back into the Nether Toxin. Faith Beyond, he's in trouble. The miss from the blinding light isn't enough to keep him alive. They've got the Grave ready. Faith Beyond not going down today, but instead it might be Makoshka. Nightmare, the punch, another kill. So LGD, they strike back mid.
Really nice. It's also getting them to these BKB timings, which is probably their big one right now. The Coddle is working on his, the Razor's pretty close to his. Naga's not going for one, but his gameplay right now is just gonna kind of delay the game. Their draft still scales. Naga, Coddle, very good heroes in the late game.
Ooh, Toronto Tokyo got caught sleeping. He had 3 points in Blink.
Really good heroes right now. So they're able to snowball. This Coddle hero does a lot of damage with the Solar Bind and a Vessel, so if they can get their damage out, it's fine. But the worry is that Team Spirit's damage is a lot quicker. They have a lot more ults that do a lot more AoE damage, and they're going to burst the heroes from LGD.
Yatoro thinking about going right now with Mira there. Oh, Blink dispose, pulls him right back into it. And when you can get these types of kills, but can you? Snowball, dodges, needs a boundless strike, needs the damage, it's there. Yatoro still.
The Vessel doing work.
It's so much. He's not got the lamp seal that he needs. The sidekick was not enough, so they turn it around. A great play by Q.
That was really cool. He also let the snowball end early so that the Coddle could heal himself off his own blast. Almost had enough time for the Grave to get there, but why just a little too late with the TP?
But it's exactly what you said. Like, you know, you're in situations where you can be assisted, and sure, you go down, but you're getting these better value kills in these situations. Even if it's not a massive gold lead, the XP as well is something you can get a ton of off of these return kills.
Their heroes are going to scale off of levels a lot this game, so even though the gold's a little even, they're up just 1k for LGD. Just every level they get just gives a little more, every talent, every skill point.
Well, just like that, we're still very even in this game. And the main differential is going to be that Bane lack of net worth, but you don't care too much about that, I would imagine, on Maposhka's side. And suddenly, Naga at the top of the net worth. Maposhka, controlled, has a Nightmare save, dodges some of the damage, stick charge, but the Spirit Vessel there. The Bane grip interrupted. Will he be able to keep it long enough? Sonic Wave out. Maposhka dodges and actually walks away from that one scot-free. Coddle dead. Toronto Tokyo, as the sleep ends, walks forward, tries to get him. Still taking a lot of damage from Q. Where's the save disposed to the far side? The snowball gets him out. Why? Brings down a bud. Is it going to be enough? Toronto Tokyo needs to get out of there. The Nightmare tries to trade it off, and he gets the blink away. Q low. but they get the quap out in Tokyo, the madman, ready to walk back in again.
Oh, he wants it bad.
He's got to run, got to hide, gets the illusion rune, and XinQ still chasing, but the bullwhip and then the run. I mean, they're still thinking about this guy. Yeah, he's forced to blink again. Putting on a show here in Arlington.
It was a really nice catch on the Coddle. They used all their spells. He got the grip off. The Bane didn't get bursted quick enough by the Coddle. This is the worry. It's just that their damage, they want these really long fights on the side of LGD. They want the whole Razor ult to go off. They want the Coddle to get multiple rounds of spells with his mana as well, giving it to his team. But all of Spirit's damage is you click one spell, that's it.
Yeah, I feel like once the Scotty comes out, especially for Ame, that's where we're really going to see the big turn. You know, you start to look towards Yatoro or even just someone like Toronto Tokyo who has to commit so hard on the Queen of Pain. That's always one of your biggest concerns. And for Nagasai, I know she loves heroes that just want to jump in like that. Because any sort of disable, if you're just stuck there, you are going to get put in the blender with all the illusions.
I like this read from Toronto right now. Normally Quaps would go BKB to just protect themselves, but he's going for Lincolns. He's probably thinking that if he goes BKB, Ame might just go for the Ags and just be able to root him through the BKB. So he's going for the defense item that kind of won't get countered too hard, but it won't protect him from the Tusk at the same time.
Also can help out maybe his Monkey King a little bit if Razor jumps on him. Could potentially throw that on to start the fight or something.
Who is almost done with the Ags. I think Team Spirit might try to wait for this Monkey King Ags and then look for a play. He's about 800 gold away. And that'll let him actually save the fights, and even if he gets drained, his monkeys, it doesn't change the damage on the monkeys. So they'll still have full damage, they'll be able to kind of kill everyone, but he needs to be the one who survives.
We often see that right into a Roche after as well around this timing too. Something the Ags can help with.
Smoke up with 4, they find Toronto Tokyo in the mid lane. Snowball blown up. It only takes a second, and that is the danger. Catch that Quap out of position and suddenly very quickly gonna die.
Boschko drops a ward behind him here. Not caught, but could perhaps lead a turnaround if his teammates are up for it, but too many units from LGD staying close, and an instant D-ward as well there from Y, so Vision taken away just as it was placed down.
Yeah, just pushing up the mid lane a little too aggressively, and it was a nice smoke by LGD to kind of have the foresight that they know someone's going to push this wave to get map advantage.
Steady story of this game has been LGD clawing their way back into it after a very disappointing laning stage. You can see the freedom that Nagasiren has had over the past couple of minutes here, and just waiting on that Aghanim Scepter to be completed for the Monkey King.
I think it's flying out right now, so they might look to go smoke on the side of Team Spirit. All their timings are really far away now. Viper's not close to anything, Quap's not close to anything. You know, Marcy's blink, you can't really ask for much more. So they might try to go smoke and get a kill before the Naga will keep getting these items, get this scaling. So they need to take the fight to LGD soon.
Yeah, they do have one deep ward from LGD. It is spotting out the fact that Toronto was just farming the camp near his middle tower. So they did say retreat in the top, so they kind of had an idea that the rest of the heroes were actually smoking up here, even though they've seen that Queen of Pain.
They've gone a little far up.
Taken away, but they get there in time. Disposed, doesn't quite break the trees. They are going to kill off Faith Beyond. So they make immediate use of that ward and of the Aghanim Scepter, get the kill. Where do they go next?
I believe the Ags does not work on Roche anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was actually just thinking that.
So otherwise they could just instantly Roche from now. So they need to keep pressuring the map, go walk into the jungle, and they're going to use these items on the side of Spirit just to hold areas. It's really hard to constantly walk into LGD. They have such great ways to push out lanes. They have such great ways to get vision between all their heroes and save, that you more so have to just corral them into a corner of the map so that you're able to take this good fight with all of your vision.
It's so hard to do that though. The Nagasiren keeps those lanes pressured out at such little cost. But they're going to attempt it.
You can see they're going to try to, I think, walk into their own jungle, take this over. No one really is thinking about Roche right now. This is not the biggest objective, but nothing to say. His objective right now is the BKB.
Yeah, done now.
They instantly smoke up.
Look at this map. Ame is farming all 4 camps and pushing the tower while simultaneously in there on the Ancients. Everything down bottom right is Ame. But LGD, the rest of them, they run into the triangle.
That XinQ jump is so important. They can't get the cut.
Mira right away, but the rebound tries to jump out of there. They don't quite clip on the blast, and in stack, they're going to pop that BKB. Faith Beyond trying to kill off Mira, and eventually will find her, but on the other side, they take down XinQ.
Yeah, he tried to go for an instant cut play onto Yatoro, sort of chase him back up, and then Miposhka was forced to come over and get the grip, so it ends up being a trade. It also didn't give Team Spirit a real chance to get the fight they would want with some sort of a arena play from Yatoro, so I think I'll take that as LGD.
Yeah, Snowball went a little too far, and if you snowball the monkey and he's able to jump away, that's kind of, it pulls you out of position. The snowball will end, and you're in this really awkward middle of the lane. Just a TP and you'll die.
Well, more items coming.
This Scotty is finished now for Ame, so we'll probably look to see him get a little more aggressive, maybe do the illusion baits where he clumps his reel here with an illusion, tries to kind of pressure the enemy now rather than play for his own game.
And I believe that's close to the Lincoln Sphere done for the Quap.
Yeah, 50 gold away, so that'll be here as well. So everyone getting ready for these big fights.
Something also really cool is that they have the Chakra Magic for the Naga. And the level 25 talent is minus 10-second cooldowns on the illusion, so when you get that for free when you're mid level 7.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's just constant illusions, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about mana. Every lane's being pushed out the whole game, and that's kind of why they're able to delay the game for so long, even after that bad early game. Spirit, this mid tower is, I think, it's survived both games right now.
Yeah.
So it's just so hard for them to actually take objectives.
That was
right there, yeah, they had the illusions grouped with the real Naga Siren, so Toronto Tokyo loses the smoke, but not sure how to jump in there. Into the rush they go.
With 4 smoked up. Toronto Tokyo, the only one that is not. No vision in this area, but they head on through. Mira, the first one forward.
It's so hard with 2 supports with no AoE disabled.
Likewise, though, Roche, it's taking a long time to finish this off. Who do they jump on first? They got nothing to say. Envision, jump forward, dispose, stunner to both. That's AoE. Toronto Tokyo, that's pretty solid, but do they have any follow-up? The Hex is out, Sonic Wave tries to blow through him. They also drop down the Wukong's command. Collapse, almost dead, dies to the illusion. They only have taken down Zenq. Naga sleep for round 2. Are they going for any more? Yatoro, he's in trouble. The root's there with Collapse already dead, but Faith Beyond low, but not quite dead yet. The grave, it comes out. Yatoro turned upon. The Boundless Strike tries to back out. Toronto Tokyo, he's doing work in the back, but they lose their carry. No more Maelstrom, and LGD, they win that part of the fight.
It's really scary. Nothing to say his ult was cooldown, so he didn't have the movement speed, didn't have the healing, even the blinding light, but he was able to get his BKB off before the monkey got stunned, and they're able to kite the fight out from there.
Yeah, that incredible initiation from Mira as well to stun both the Tusk and the Calls. I just said there was no AoE stun. Very nice play for the double dispose. Unexpected in that instance, but unfortunately still not enough to win that engagement. They will now take that Aegis, and man, Ame is going to be so hard to deal with now. Especially once that heart comes out. I mean, it's similar to what we were hoping to see from the Phantom Lancer last game. They want it now from the Naga Siren.
LGD looking to take advantage here in this game number 2, and it doesn't get much better than this to start, and it just didn't matter.
You can see the fight kind of splits into 2, one on this high ground in the tri-camp, one on the low ground. Ame plays really nicely with just sending his illusions in, sending the net on the Monkey King after this, and it just kind of splits them up. Unfortunately, Faith Beyond goes down on this top rune area, but they're able to just constantly keep their backline, the healing, and the, all the damage just keeps pumping out.
It was such limited effectiveness from the Wukong's command in that one too, which obviously a tool that you really need to be trying to use in these fights near the Roche pit. So great positioning from LG to not get baited into a bad territory because of that.
They kind of just wait to walk up the choke point until all the spells are on cooldown. They wait for the Wukongs to end, only illusions go in there. They wait for, Queen of Pain to blink away from it to just take that space.
Wow. 16 to 19, and it is very much in control right now of LGD.
Oh,
Spirit, they find him on a warding mission, but he's just gonna die.
I mean, they do have this own pick-off potential as well from Team Spirit. Maybe the fights are kind of tough, but if they can find something with Mira, something with Maposhka, they could try and break up the side of LGD, but it feels like the longer this gets delayed out, it just gets tougher and tougher for Team Spirit.
Yeah, something Bane very well known for is kind of being alone and setting up for the kills. It's a weird support just because of how Nightmare works. So he's going to be trying to set up, I think, on Coddle. He wants to place these deep wards on the enemy side of the map, try to get a Nightmare on it and hope the team is a little too far, but fortunately he just walks into 3 heroes.
Yeah, for now, their only existing ward is in the mid lane. It does have the spot where Faith Beyond's moving as well as where Zenq's at, but obviously tough to make moves at the moment, and now it can be even tougher as there's an Aegis Heart of Tarrasque Naga Siren there, and well, I can't really disagree with DOTA Plus on this one.
God, Naga just got an Elven Tunic and also finished a heart.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, there's some items starting to get built up here on the old Ame.
Refresher Orb is also about to be finished. It's flying out to Faith Beyond on the courier right now, so they're kind of hitting all their timings. This Sight the Vice on the Coddle is not too important, so we'll probably look to see LGD try to take the enemy side of the map, cut these waves, choke them out, and this is when the towers start dying.
And he may not have gotten Midas this game, but you have to give a lot of credit to Faith Beyond. Plays amazing this whole tournament. Another game where he was having a rough start and able to just like grind his way to that BKB and finally become an effective force in these engagements.
Is it Y that called his shot at the start of the interview, I think, saying done in 3 hours? I mean, if they keep up this momentum, they might not be wrong, as they have looked so dominant here.
The other thing that feels a little unfortunate for Spirit is, even though Quap goes to the Lincolns,
Yatoro jumps right into Faith Beyond there.
Oh, gotta run. Gotta hide. Double rebound, double jump. Two very balanced heroes here, just getting away from the entire team.
Working together with that mobility.
Thankfully, there's like a minimum range on the jump, so you can't break the monkey's tree, but it's a little scary when you watch it happen. But yeah, this Quap has to still go for a BKB, so now he's going for 2 defensive items. His damage isn't too high, and with all the healing from the Keeper of the Light and the Dazzle, it's going to start feeling a little bad, unless the Monkey King's able to get really good arenas off.
Yeah, that's really the tough question, is how do you get back into a fight? Like, how can you win an engagement versus LGD? It feels like you need to leave with some sort of a takeoff onto one of these cores, and that's going to be tough, because there's going to be that Dazzle, and like, how do you, jump to the back line to actually control this Dazzle? It feels like that's going to be essentially Mira trying to get back there with the backup of Toronto Tokyo to finally get that finishing damage. So a lot of things need to go right for them, and well, Yatoro is just gonna run away back to that mid lane.
Gotta get out of there. Thinking about the Wukongs, does get the Primal Spring back off of cooldown there and manages to back out.
Even if you catch the Dazzle, if Xinq's in position, you can save him with the Blink, the Snowball, maybe get him out. And when you have multiple safe heroes, it can kind of feel awkward. The one thing that multiple safe heroes don't do is damage, but they have Naga, they have Keeper of the Light, even Razor, all their cores just have infinite damage throughout a fight.
You can see the skill of sort of controlling this map. They all shove up to that top side and kick out Team Spirit from their own jungle. They have to head down bottom, trying to delay. 40 seconds left on this Aegis. It's only a 6K gold lead, but it's really the inability to fight that's hurting Team Spirit so much, and it's all on that Naga Siren.
I like this idea of the Shard as well, now picked up for Toronto Tokyo. Just something on the cheaper end that can really have an impact in these fights, because I think they know that one of the game-deciding engagements will be coming soon.
Yeah, they'll let him jump these supports and silence them himself, so that he doesn't have to kill them in the one stun from Marcy, because they don't really have many stuns on Spirit either to stop anything. The Nightmare will get woken up. It's kind of just the monkey, but he also wants to use his stun on his own. He wants to wait for Jingu stacks, so it's kind of awkward for them to get kills before they get saved.
Now, the Aegis has now expired. The tower's being pressured here. They're going to glyph that up, though, and know that LGD don't really want to fully commit for this one. He gets blasted down off the tower, or the tree, rather.
There's now an Orchid for Ame, so every time, like every minute or every 2 minutes, LGD just gets another major item on one of their cores. The Scythe of Bites is also only about 1,500 gold off for nothing to say, which gives them so much catch that they're lacking a little.
Look at this though, double Lotus Orb finish. So Mira rushes one, Collapse also completing one on the Viper. This is going to be a nice pseudo answer, and
Dazzle.
Well, that's not a bad way to start it. Finding Y, forcing out the Grave, tries to TP out, Song of the Siren, and the Nightmare comes in to break it. Y's in trouble in the statue, and drops the gem. Nicely played by Yatoro.
And Toronto Tokyo's hunting as well, but can't find anything else there as Naga Siren's come back to the base. But still 2 more minutes for a potential Roach spawn here for the second.
Faith Beyond just hiding, does not want to be the other one caught, even though he's got that BKB.
Look at this TV from Raposhka. Going immediately to the bottom lane.
Trying to find him.
So is the grip.
He knows that nothing to say is there, but they can't quite get him as he TPs out.
The death on Dazzle feels really bad because he has this gem, and the gem is kind of what enabled them to keep pushing the map, kill the vision on the side of Spirit, and just choke them out. But once you lose your gem, now you have to buy the sentries, now you have to hope the sentries actually hit the wards, and and even the Glimmer, I think, was coming out for someone.
Yeah, you lose a lot of confidence in the end.
Well, we did see the Hex completed, but nothing to say. So another avenue to lock people down along with that Orchid. And
Eagle Song too on Name.
Okay.
Getting close to this butterfly, which thankfully Yatoro has Mjolnir completely finished now, so he has a little way to get past this evasion, but it's just the item and the damage keeps racking up, and LGD is just going to play on the enemy side of the map, try to hold Roche, and this second Roche is when the damage is going to start coming into the towers.
Almost 11k gold from neutrals on this Naga Siren. Absolutely ridiculous.
Just farm, farm, farm. But now trying to fight. They find him. Right at the start, Dispose getting some separation, but the jump's there, the Hex is out, taking a lot of damage on Yatoro, pops the BKB, tries to survive the grip, it catches on the Razor, he's dead. Can they find more? The Naga just outside of it, but they pull her in, the Dispose is there, Ame falling, Ame dying, and Toronto Tokyo finding those juicy targets in the backline. LGD, they lose everybody.
What a sonic wave in the back for Toronto Tokyo. They don't know what hit them. They're trying to back up everyone in the Wukong's command and just blown sideways by Toronto Tokyo, and down the mid they go.
And 14 seconds until Roche is capable of respawning. They find the absolute perfect fight. What's that timing gonna be?
36 seconds.
Let's see it. How close is it?
2 minutes.
Oh, it's the absolute max time. But what a fight this one was.
You can see at the top, Toronto gets like a 3-man Sonic Wave. He blinks, silences them all, so there's no save for the Razor, for the Dazzle, and it just kind of falls apart.
And it didn't even feel that good at the start, right? Because there was a Dispose and a Nightmare save onto Collapse. And I was like, uh-oh, that's like double saves immediately used. But if you can't follow through with the rest of the game plan because of that silence interrupted. Yeah, that's right. Toronto Tokyo, he's loving it, everybody. Keep it going for them.
Just make sure you keep your hands on the keyboard, but more importantly, starting to take down the tier 3 tower and go for some racks. Team Spirit have found their moment and absolutely blown this wide open. A full lane taken, and I mean, with the Naga Siren, you need to retake all that map pressure. Oh man, the crowd's feeling it though. I woke them up.
Monkey King still does a lot of damage. Even though they're down 8,000 gold, if he's able to get the arena off and fight in it, the heroes will die. And you saw even the Mercy pulls the Naga back into the Wukongs. And just, it was really scary. He got hexed off a tree and he got stuck there and he almost didn't get Wukongs off. But the save, even the Quap just pushing away heroes so they're not able to finish him off in the fight.
And that's really been the difference, because throughout this game, like, that's just something that Yatoro hasn't been able to do. He hasn't been able to be dropping down that arena whenever he wants to with the Wukongs and just getting those other monkeys to help him out. So now he's been trying some sneaky plays here, morphing into a tree, sitting on trees, just seeing if LGD wanted to test their patience to sit up here.
Well, what's interesting about this game is that just like last time, they kind of, Team Spirit came out ahead now, and yeah, you can see the big swing back the other direction. How the turntables, it's a full butterfly completed on the Naga Siren, but they waited for that perfect fight on Spirit, and this time it actually came.
Now, Wukong's is very scary, but so is a Naga Siren.
That's true.
Now, in a similar situation, she can also kind of blow somebody up, so it's going to be important that Team Spirit continue to find those plays and try and keep getting Ame down like that, 'cause I don't imagine he's going to die that easily again this game.
Well, and for LGD, I mean, how do you sort of, okay, they just run right in. Already Lincoln's broken, BKB popped, a man on a mission. Toronto Tokyo runs in, wants a takedown, Zinq blink out, Sonic Wave from the high ground. Mira, very isolated, has a rebound when she's back up, but can't quite get out of there. The four-step silence still, blinding light pushback, and will die to the soul burn from Naga Siren.
He has a buyback if they do chase him in this outpost. And you can see even Team Spirit's hugging this ward on the high ground. They're kind of hoping that LGD keep chasing.
So what do LGD need to do right now? Do they
I don't know. They're going in.
Jumps, finds one, Coddle, nothing to say. He's baiting that one out, I guess, as you get the Grave out. BKB, link up, Mira bought back. They keep that Coddle alive after they force the buyback.
And the patience to stay near that ward, Mira, not just jumping and chasing those. There could be more saves, more snowballs, more Graves.
Still playing around this vision.
Well, they've got a Naga illusion in the pit. It's going to start hitting Roche.
They've got to be careful about this. They get the D ward. And this was, again, the max Roche respawn time, so everybody knows that this should be back up now.
Yeah, Ame just heads right into the pit. He's going to start working on it. They have to get to that high ground as fast as possible.
Everybody from Team Spirit.
Oh, Zinq's going for the ward, maybe? It's a dangerous task. He's just going to try and help.
All the big fights from now on are going to be coming down to vision and kind of execution, but more so just to whoever jumps first gets the spells off, because once you get your spells off first, it kind of puts the enemy in the
too late.
Oh,
it's a water park in the pit.
Oh my god, they can't get there. And yeah, like you said, the spells, you just can't get them off in time there. Can't get to position.
Even like in that fight, they kind of jumped the Coddle, but once the Wukongs goes down and they're able to kite it out, then Team Spirit just, they gives up the area, they give up the Roche, all their wards, and all this map that they fought to collect just kind of gets thrown away.
And you can see that trust, right? Like nothing to say, moving up there, just believing that the Grave was going to be there. Barely saved by a Y, but knew that it would be there just in time. And that's what ends up securing them that Roshan. So again, another situation now where they're going to have to lie in wait on Spirit.
I think right now the biggest spell for Spirit is Wukong's. They kind of live or die by it. They win the fight in it, or they're gonna kind of walk away. And they don't really deal with the Naga outside of it. It instantly kills all the illusions when they walk in. It gives them an area where their supports will feel comfortable playing the fights. And once it's down, you know, the Bane will be in threat, the Marcy will be in threat, even Viper is in threat to the Naga. So they kind of have only this one option.
Yeah, and how do you force that, right? As Team Spirit, it's very difficult.
Well, one thing that will be helpful is getting that level 25 for Yatoro.
That is right.
About halfway to it right now in levels.
It's hard to miss it once you get 25.
Yeah, nothing to say. He's probably going to take this Timeless Relic. Really big on the hero. Lets him one-shot waves with his Illuminate. It also makes the blast last kind of long if he gets the stun talent at level 25. So we're going to see them smoke up through mid. They feel confident with the Aegis, and they still have a slight gold lead. Bloodthorn finished on the Naga as well.
Glimmered Y taking the lead as well to get that vision on the high ground.
Don't let LGD fool you after that last failed attempt in the mid lane. They are still incredibly strong right now, have all of their abilities, and they also have that huge reset now with the shard on Naga Siren for all the extra healing. So Ame capable of turning something around if it starts to look bad, but that's only if they don't get those BKBs off and blow them up in the duration of it.
Something to watch for as well will be the blink coming out from Faith Beyond, seeing how he can get that blink out onto Yatoro. Like you said, there are definitely a lot of reasons why it's actually still going to be quite good, even if he is linked up, but you know, having the refresher, having the blink, tons of mobility now in these engagements for Faith Beyond.
Yeah, right now, I think the biggest issue with the fight mid for LGD was that they got caught on multiple heroes at the same time in different parts. And right now, they have really good save for one hero. One hero gets Grave, one hero gets Snowballed. So that's why they keep walking up with the Razor or even the Dazzle. They just want this one hero to be gone on. Just because if Spear have to blow everything on the single hero, then that gives LGD, that gives Ame on the Naga, that gives nothing to say on the Coddle, the kind of freedom to play the fight.
Well, as we hit the 40-minute mark and the next round of neutrals are just getting finished up, the question is going to come about, do LGD ever feel confident just like sending those illusions to try and push high ground? They still have one more tier 2 tower to take on the outer edge, but it does start to get a little bit scary thinking about still walking up into a fully prepared Team Spirit.
Probably just going to chip away with the illusions, get a little damage here and there. Again, they're not feeling too pressured, even though the Naga is starting to get to the point where he doesn't have the slots for the items he can buy. Their only goal right now is to just keep extending the game and play the Naga game.
Well, there's and I mean, keep extending. That's a Blink Dagger, eventually into the Swift Blink after that for Ame. So keep up that big attack speed, jump in there, try and get a save with a song as well, perhaps. Finally, the Scotty is finished for Yatoro, though. And that is with the level 25, of course, so this might be a timing for them to move out.
I think there's a really cool pickup from Nothing to Say that is going to come out soon, which is his Aghanims. And it breaks all the trees in the area when he casts it. So maybe he catches the Monkey King off guard, gives him more teamfight control.
Watch this, though. They're smoked up. Toronto Tokyo baiting. Ame walks in with his illusions. The rest of Team Spirit, they're right nearby. They know that there isn't one of these real heroes. They actually break right there, the neutral on Mira. Force it out, the Ascetics cap. But LGD anticipating that this move could be coming. Xingqiu right in the trees. They might have
Mira. Him. Yeah, he did ping there.
But the angle is hard to fight.
LGD will just hold this high ground. They want them to get walking. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's double catapults bottom wave right now, so.
Yeah, even Nothing to Say is pushing out the wave, healing his own creeps, and they're on the better side of the map. They're on the side that's closer to the high ground. They're on the side that's with the tier 3s with the siege. And even though Spirit cut all the mid waves, they just don't have any objective.
Oh, now it's a counter smoke by LGD, and they're going to try and kick out any other heroes that are lacking behind from Team Spirit.
Oh, but collapse.
They saw he had no TP in his inventory.
Yeah, Trickster, pretty good to get him out of that one. Gives him a little hi, how you doing on the way by. But tier 2 tower taken, outpost taken, map still held by LGD.
It is the end of the Aegis, though. It's going to be expiring now for Ame, so be the next opportunity there for Team Spirit. He will, however, be replacing it with a Swift Blink in that inventory slot, though.
We can see another smoke up just as the Aegis expires. They want to get this kill.
Haste, picked up by Y. Fabian runs in, dispose, throws it back there, tries to bring him down. The blink, it's the grip, it's everything. He's in some trouble now. Fabian, can he get out of the ring? With that healing coming out from the Song of the Siren, it's so strong. They try to bring him down, though. The Sonic Wave, not quite enough. It might have been if not for the healing, and they don't have another ring. Yatoro tries to turn a couple more punches. Toronto Tokyo gets the blink out. Faith Beyond, solo, Mira there, but the Grave is also there. They try and kill him off in the duration of it. He's still staying alive. Dazzle's being doing a quite enough.
Now Yotaro.
Razor dead, Marcy dead, Ame, he's in trouble. The rest of the team is in the pit waiting for him on the side. These totems, they're doing a good chunk with the snowball save. It's right there on top of him, trying to bring him down low, but he gets out. The 4-step keeping him alive. Poshka, he still lives through it. But this other crave on his sync Q, Ame, Chill trying to back away. They have the Will-O-Wisp up on there, keeping Miposhka out of the fight, and Collapse running out of mana, running out of damage. He also has to retreat. In the end, it's still just 1-for-1.
Both teams getting low on the resources as it ends, but the Spirit Form helping out so much in that fight with the Blinding Light bouncing there. The Will-O-Wisp got off a couple there, it looked like.
Yeah, he got 2 off. You can use it a lot when you have the cooldown talent at level 15, all the chakra magic. But look, you can see the Razor just walks in. He wants to bait this fight on himself, and even with every spell in the game dropped on him,
yeah, it didn't even
he still
matter.
Walks away.
The grip, I love the idea of using the blinding or the Will-O-Wisp here inside that Wukong, because like so many things can't actually handle this ability, but you're able to just totally disengage and bring the fight further towards you. And then the refresh from Fate Beyond, unfortunately, stayed pretty low even afterwards, so it does drop fairly quickly here. But Yataro's BKB gets spent, and Y just sat in the pit the whole time.
Pretty good place to be.
The scariest hero in the fight was actually this Viper. He was able to just kind of sit on the high ground. He has so much attack range. He almost killed the Naga by himself. He was just killing everyone at the end of the fight. Once the BKBs go on cooldown, once the spells go on cooldown, and you don't really focus his hero down, he does a lot of damage.
Unbelievable. Double 4-steps, getting both teams out of harm's way. As the gold keeps on growing, the thing that I'm noticing is that Naga, it's not changing. He's still scary, still doing a ton of damage, but it's these other heroes that are starting to become a problem, and I'm wondering if this is going to keep tilting Team Spirit's way in spite of that gold lead.
Well, Clap's getting the Agnums now as well, so even further upping the damage from this hero.
It's a nice way to keep kiting this Razor. He took the movement speed at 20, so he's a really fast hero, so they just need a way to kind of control him in these fights.
Also, those levels, you can see Fate Beyond only 22. Naga does hit 25 for the extra mirror image cooldown.
Really fast Roche, only 20 seconds until it spawns.
Toronto Tokyo finds a target. A rare time when LGD are not together. They force out the BKB. Good Nightmare. The Dispose. Do they have it? Wukong's command down onto everybody. They have the Song of the Siren to try and retreat out of this one.
Oh, he's trying to get up the stairs. He's so slow.
Can they do anything else? Can they have the lockdown for Toronto Tokyo? No, he's got the BKB immediately on top of him. Needs to be careful. Sonic Wave pushes him back in. Sleep. Stun for the moment. Boundless Strike. The Hex. Toronto Tokyo taking a lot of damage, but not dead yet. He gets the blink out of the grip from the low ground, but Pochka found him for the snowball save. That keeps him alive. ZQ doing his job well. Collapse, standing tall in the fight. Toronto Tokyo runs into all of them. Fight 3 dead. They're all starting to fall. LGD, they outlast him in this fight. The blink forward. Naga will not be denied Ame as they run him down 1 by 1. Team Spirit lose them all. We switch back and forth.
Looks like a reverse of the fight in the mid lane. And a really unfortunate timing. Roche just spawned with a refresher shard.
Ooh. Oh, that is a lot of gold going their direction.
Yatoro was doing his best to try and bring down Ame after that song, getting there on top of it, but you could just see that Fate Beyond doing way too much in this fight. He did like 3,000 damage by himself just to Yatoro, just like chasing, hounding him down, ensuring that he'd be able to protect his Naga Siren, and in combination with Y, once again with these Graves, he's having way too good of a game on this Dazzle.
It's a really nice snowball as well. The Naga was a little too far up, got gripped, gets saved, and there's just so many rounds of spells coming out from LGD. All of their heroes love these fights that last 20-30 seconds. And again, kind of Wukong's command is they're big. That's their card for the side of Spirit.
Yeah, when it doesn't pay off, that's kind of the end of it for them. And you can see why he goes for it here, right? The toss in once again here from Mira. He's getting these good initiations that they really need again from the support duo between the Bane and the Marcy. It's really all they have to offer.
I like the presence of mind of Ame to just walk up the same hill as his team to stay connected with everyone.
Wait, they're in the base. Sight set on just going in for all of it. Now, there are buybacks on a couple of different heroes here, but this is going to be another set of racks taken, and maybe more. LGD, after pushing in all the waves, taking the Roche, and now getting a refresher on Coddle, they might just be able to finish this one off.
That Courier's haste, and it's hopping and popping. It's getting there as fast as it can right now for nothing to say.
But it is not quick enough as they move in with the rest. Bane buys back. They got to get something out of this. Cannot afford to lose all of these buildings. Will-O-Wisp down. Tusk in some trouble. They want want to take away the snowball that's been a bane for them this entire fight.
He has Aegis on the Tusk, so even if ZinQ goes down once, trying to save his teammate, he has another life.
It matters.
The cores are just too firm. There's no space, you know? Faith Beyond said, I'm not going to die. I need another
Give you this first Aegis, it's fine.
Yeah, I got cheese, you know?
They're so ready for it, and sitting outside the base, we'll just send in the illusions. The gank squad, one by one, you can't kill them quick enough. What a disheartening way to lose mega creeps here. As the buildings are falling, creeps all up in them. And they'll just go for another round. They got to do something to stop this, and that's a decent way to go. Boundless strike, but immediately the BKBs isn't enough to bring down ZQ. The Gleipnir, they get him, but it's only one time. And inside this Wukong's command, there's only so much that they can do. He manages to escape the snowball, going actually all the way to Toronto. Tokyo got it controlled. Wukong's command is over. A good boundless strike to heal back up from it, but so much damage being thrown out from Faith Beyond. The Hex is there on the Monkey King. They got the control. The force have to get him out. Everybody still survives through that.
Heal, mana, the walking fountain here from the side of LGD. Still even a cheese sitting there on the Razor if they need it. The siege continues. They've lost their big cards now for Yatoro. No Wukong's command for 40 seconds.
No BKB either. It's very hard for him to enter the fight. Razor still has the refresher shard as well, so he has another round of spells if he needs. But LGD probably going to back off, reset. They're not really pressured. They have no Aegis, so there's no more timer on any of their heroes. Just the cooldowns. You wait for maybe the song, and then they'll look to go again.
Keep that farm going. Keep that undeniable pressure coming out.
Just get the bigger GPM number. That's right. Make you feel good when you see the stats.
Yeah, you know, that post game, you really want the big fat one there.
To get some vision down, immediately dewarded. But you can see the pressure being mounted and really no answer at all right now from Team Spirit. They're all there and can't do a thing. Another round of the Hex. Disposed. Onto one. That's a good target to get. The snowball save came too late. Mira still living through this. ZinQ also far forward, dying to the totems. The monkeys, they get caught. They're in some trouble. Faith Beyond, they can't quite connect onto him. But Ame chasing. Ame, can they get anything to break it? The boundless strike, they find him. The rest of his team is gone. Disposed. Naga starting to drop. Where's your answer? Can you get out? He turns on Amira, but that won't help him. Ame dies. It should have been a clean escape, but LGD just losing a couple heroes.
I like watched Wyatt walk up and I was like, oh, that's funny. Why is he walking there? And then suddenly he was just disposed and dead. So I'm not sure what his goal was, but obviously it did not work out.
All right, LGD keeping it a bit interesting here, as they do all have buybacks. But a Monkey King bar on the Monkey King. What can these guys do with this little timing they've got? Can they force out a buyback? That would be enormous.
That was probably the worst start to a fight that could happen. The Dazzle gets caught, the Tusk goes in to try to save, doesn't blink enough close enough, and they're probably going to force out buybacks.
Yeah, it was just hard to believe. Silences as well there from Toronto Tokyo, helping out hugely.
They get the buyback on the Naga. They link him up though. The Hex, the Force Staff trying to keep him alive. Yatoro pops the BKB. They're in pretty deep now. They get the Wukong's command down, but they've already lost Mapoche.
They are split now though.
Boundless strike on one side of the ring. It's a little bit dangerous. They blow up another Faith Beyond. He's dead. Has to use the buyback. Can Team Spirit get out now? Collapse, TPing away. They don't have it. The Lincolns, but the snowball's there. They catch and kill the Viper. He too will have buyback. All right, we got a couple buybacks. Things are getting a little bit spicy here towards the 50-minute mark.
Yeah, if any of these heroes with no buyback go down, it could be really scary. Fortunately, Roche is not going to spawn for another at least 3 minutes, so everyone kind of has a little breathing room. But once these buybacks start going down, every kill matters more and more. I know Maposhka has no buyback right now on the Bane, so we might see a high ground.
Naga too. This is kind of craziness here.
Yeah, that's now Naga Siren, Razor, and Tusk without their buybacks, right? So it could be something where LGD really don't feel that confident moving in at the moment with their massive lead, feeling that like if they come into them from the side of Team Spirit, the fights could be a lot easier for them.
I think if nothing else, just giving hope, you know?
Thankfully for us, the buybacks will be coming back online at around 60 minutes, the 58, 59.
Oh,
so
that's what we like.
So maybe they'll be waiting for that.
Gunnar, you're learning quickly. I like this.
The tier 5 neutrals, you gotta see it. Only had a couple games with them so far this event.
They did use a refresher shard on the Razor, in the last fight, so all these Roche items are kind of running out for LGD. Only this cheese left for them, but this next Roche, it has everything. It has the Ags, has the refresher, has the cheese. That's the big one.
Any other big 25s that have come about are soon to be here.
Almost Tusk.
Mira's getting close too on the Marcy.
The Marcy one's a little interesting. He doesn't have an Ag, so he'll probably go for the spell immunity, but it'll be really nice to kind of help his Monkey King play these fights.
Give extra BKB to him for sure.
I think the big one is going to be Zinq's level 25.
Yeah.
We'll probably see. I believe I've seen him go for the chance punch.
Yes.
But I think the snowball cooldown in a game like this, where all you have to do is play these really long fights, play the save, will
and
be
live in the Wukongs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
big
keep
moment here,
snowballing.
though. Maposhka and Mira, they're leading the charge. Smoke breaks. They see everybody immediately. They find the Dazzle. Again, is the hero. It would be huge if they could get him. Boundless strike down, but the Will-O-Wisp being enough separation there. Mira now very far forward, doesn't have an ally to go to, and gets punished. This was not the fight that Team Spirit were hoping for.
Oh, I feel like I'm watching a feel-good movie. You know, this whole time the Dazzle's been saving the Coddle, saving the course, but this time it's the Scythe that saves Dazzle.
That's right.
They
That's
bait
the one.
Y.
But now, Team Spirit, no Wukongs for 60 seconds. He has the BKB on Monkey, but that's their big tool.
They're gonna have to wait for it, and well, lucky for Team Spirit, Roche still capable of responding 40 seconds.
Ame has now purchased his 8th item. He has a BKB with a butterfly backpack and a moon shard, and he has it in his belly right now. So very farmed right now.
It's a 900 GPM. Pretty good.
Oh, we've had fast roaches, we've had slow roaches. LG deciding they're not going to wait around. Might leave an illusion in the pit perhaps here. We'll see how quick this one pops up.
They do have a ward up on this high ground for Team Spirit, and Zinq reveals it, that they were smoked together there. So no mad dash into the base. Wouldn't expect it from him, to be honest.
Oh, it's a quick one. 37 seconds for this Roche.
So Wukongs will be back up, and so too will Mira.
This Roche, honestly, is not going to be too big of an issue, but they really don't want to give it up. But LG is so farmed that an extra Ags is, you know,
Yeah.
what's another 6,000 gold?
In the end, the game usually ends before the Roche falls. It's merely the thing that forces the fight to actually occur.
Yeah. No, it's a fair point, where it's sort of like a marginal benefit thing, right? Like if LGD get another one, it's not a huge deal, but for Spirit, all the extra bit of net worth they can get on these heroes is enormous.
Aeon Disc is off cooldown for Dazzle, so he has this tool back up that he can't really get jumped at the start. Zinq has one locked, so he's kind of just waiting for the right opportunity in the fight. So both of the supports for LGD really survivable at this point.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Yatoro go for a refresher. He's queuing up right now the sort of synth with his Ags and then into Blink Dagger.
I think he's probably feeling that he needs to actually kill the backline, that it's not good enough if he is able to exist for long in the fight.
Well, still no Megas as they're hanging on to that one Rax that was left behind, and a smoke as for
That's a lot of lines being drawn
Spirit.
here.
They're running right into him. Tusk is the first point of contact, and can they
That
bring him
Aeon.
down? The Aeon Disc is there.
Nice assembly.
After the Boundless Strike, bringing him low, the Grave, they're right on top. Can they bring him down all the way? Zinq, the BKB, healing back up through it with that Song of the Siren, but Toronto Tokyo blinks forward, finds the Dazzle, tries to kill him with his BKB, another round. Yatoro, he's got the big Wukongs, but will it be enough? They try and bring him down low, but it's not quite there. Big hiding out, the snowball in, and Zinq, he's done. On the sidelines for 2 minutes. This will be Wukong's down for what could end up turning into a Roche fight. We'll see if LGD want to go into the pit. It's dangerous, though.
On the other side, LGD did use all their big spells. The Razor used both of his ults, his Refresher. Naga used Song. Naga still does a BKB and Razor's a BKB, so thankfully for them, they still have tools.
Toronto Tokyo is showing on the lane. Maposhka just taking a stroll through the river, but they blink to the side. They got him caught. Forstaff trying to chase after him. Boundless Strike. LGD, they're a little bit separated. Forstaff gets Faith Beyond back with the rest of the team.
The neutral's breaking him. Actually, Faith Beyond getting a little bit stuck there for a moment.
Look at the Radiant base. There's always this creep pressure bot. They might have to move a hero or two back, give this LGD space, and there's so much vision as well from these creeps. It kind of shows where all the Spirit heroes are.
Dude, on a knife's edge. Again, and the difference right now, of course, between going up 2-0 in a series and tying it up 1-1 is huge. But the creeps, they're hitting the tier 4 towers. They take down the first one.
Oh, they're lone warriors.
And Yatoro, he wants to finish this. It's level 25 on Marcy. Illusions in the pit.
Wukong's back up.
They have BKB on Marcy too. The Hex to start. Will-O-Wisp down. Beyond starting to threaten a little bit. Still, they're losing towers for this. Creeps are hitting. They need to deal with it. But the big jump forward, they actually miss on the balance strike. But Fake Beyond, Marcy does so much damage. Mira says, I'll do it alone. Who needs another hero? Why goes down? Toronto Tokyo chases for more. And Ame off to the side. Do they have anything to break it? No. They have to TP back to home.
Mira could see nothing. He had no vision. That was the one hero he could grab, and somehow it works out. No cheese pop there.
And they find another. Bottle on the high ground. Turns into a Hex, turns into a Piggy, but then they'll take you down. Immediately buys back. None of those other heroes have buybacks. Collapse. Here for towers.
He's in the pit. He's finishing it off for the team right now.
Aegis on the collapse.
He's the courier. Bring it all.
They need to deal with the creeps in the base, but they also have a creep wave mid. What are they going for? Divine Rapier picked up. They're leaving everything. We don't have a base. We want to end it now.
He's got the leveler as well on Yatoro.
Team Spirit, do they go for the all-in? They're sending one back. It's just Mapochka to defend, but they got to keep these creeps alive. They got to stop the defense.
There's buyback in 30 seconds on the Razor, so only half of his death timer is going to actually be coming out. And the top wave, there's also this Mega Creeps.
Oh, they got to be careful. Mapochka's not there. They're going instead for the racks. They don't want to tempt for the full-on push. They're trying to keep their own alive, but they take down the melee racks up in the top. God, Mapochka's doing it all alone. Poor Bane at home.
But enough.
They get what they feel comfortable with.
Yatoro took he had an Ags in his inventory, took the blessing from Roche because he didn't want to buy the recipe for his Ags, and then sold his Ags.
Oh, there you go.
So he got it at free 2,000 gold. First trouble.
Do you think the Rapier was a little premature?
Back to 50-50.
Is it a bit risky?
It's a little bit. Usually you buy that when you get that Aegis on yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe if he dies to creeps, gives Viper the Rapier, it'd feel a little good. But
Hell yeah, those big numbers look cool though.
We are also 60 minutes, is in 10 seconds, so the tier 5 neutrals.
It's time. Revenant's Brooch just about to be completed for the Quap. We've got it done.
You look at a game like this too. I mean, something like the Mirror Shield with these disables, right, from Team Spirit would be huge between the Bane and the Marcy.
Book of Shadows, that's pretty good.
The Force Boots as well.
Pirate hat for the Naga Siren. Oh my goodness. Just in case she didn't need enough.
Oh, look at the dead. It's back, baby.
Stygian Desolator for the Viper. This is what everybody gets excited for. The party hats come out. It's everybody's favorite day.
Toronto, Tokyo, Refresher, Scythe, BKB, Lincoln's. Look at this inventory. I mean, this is actually ridiculous. And yeah, that's a big Monkey King.
Oh, and the Refresher Shard. Yeah, that's a good point. So he'll have the double Wukongs now. Arcanist armor finished for the Razor.
Thankfully, no Ex Machinas yet.
Not yet, not yet.
All these fights with the BKB having 2, 3 BKBs in the same period as one.
There's still 4 items to go here now, Gunner. All right.
I won't
relax, relax.
Everybody takes a little 2-minute break to go farm all the neutrals. This would be a good time to gank somebody maybe, but they want to get the item.
We're back to the no rush days, huh? I just want some time to build up a little bit here.
Exactly.
Both teams with Arcanist armor. This item reflects 40% of all the damage, so it kind of turns these team fights into giving everyone a mini blade mail in these late game team fights.
So what I'm hearing is that it's just going to be total chaos.
Yeah, both teams, everyone's gonna have spikes above their heads. Everyone's gonna have all these crazy, all the Necronomicons. I'm surprised Toronto Tokyo's actually holding it.
Yeah, me too.
I would think he would take the Desolator or just something.
Or wait.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this Revenant's Brooch? Because it seems kind of like an interesting game for it.
It's really nice. First, the Naga, it gives him True Strike for 5 hits, and it kind of gives him a way to get past the evasion. It's going to make him basically do triple the damage to the Naga with his right clicks for the 5 hits.
If he catches that Naga, can he kill her alone, or is it just like bringing her down really low?
She will die to the Double Sheep, the Refresher, the Revenant's Brooch. If he clicks all of his 20 buttons, the Naga will die.
20 buttons to victory. Sounds pretty good.
This is why every time before the big matches, you see the pro players in the demo mode. They're just popping through, flying all their fingers. Gunner's even doing it before our casts right now. This is what you're practicing for, right? This exact situation?
Ooh, the Apex.
Oh, that's what you practice for.
I think they might give that actually to the Queen of Pain. Oh, they give it to the Viper.
Interesting.
The mirror shield, though.
Oh, that's a big one. That is so huge for LGD.
Especially for the Razor. He's the one who wants to walk in first every single fight. And now there's a Hex on the Quap. There's the Nightmare that'll get reflected. Even the Viper Strike.
I mean, and you've got to do so much clicking on these heroes to try and find out who has what item, because it changes everything. A Blade Mail picked up at 62 minutes for the Tusk.
Wow, with all these Arcanist armors too. So he's holding the Arcanist and buying a Blade Mail. Xingqiu has the biggest brain.
I think it's so that he reflects 140% damage?
Yeah.
Or no, 120.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. At least Spell Life still doesn't work on it. No,
Okay,
95%
good.
Spell Life still Quap.
Yeah, that's true. We did get past that.
The good old
thankfully.
days.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a backup
Another one.
rapier as well.
Fine, number 2 for Yatoro has buyback after. And we'll see what happens. I hope y'all were anticipating a good one, because this grand finals is shaping up to be beautiful. Arlington, you still with us as they walk on in. They find the dispose. The song's there immediately. Faith Beyond, BKB backs away. They try and disengage from this one. Yatoro still chasing. Taking out with the rest. Why? Walks in. Ooh.
He pops the Aegis, though, from the Dazzle right before the TP ended.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't feel that great for LGD. Both of their supports have to use the Aeon Discs. They are like about 2-minute cooldowns on both of them.
Faith Beyond BKB'd as well.
Yeah. And they use Naga Song, so a lot of cooldowns actually for the side of LGD versus Team Spirit didn't really use much. Monkey has everything, Viper has everything, Queen of Pain has everything. So they might try to go right now up this hill.
Well, nothing to say is leading.
They are right up the hill. Marcy caught. Nightmare, try and get it off, has the BKB, needs to back out, turns around with the Unleash Madet, has the buyback. Toronto Tokyo throws out one Sonic Wave. Round 2 coming in just a moment, trying to bring down Xingqiu. It's doing a lot of damage though to the Quap with that Blade Mail out. Couple more punches are available.
Bounce back.
Reflects back, still bringing down that Tusk lower and lower. Collapse, not willing to go for the full commit.
Very nice haste rune for Collapse, able to just kite the fight out.
He played with such confidence throughout that as well, with the movement speed and the apex. Just knowing it's very unlikely he goes down, but they're able to back up, take Xingqiu out of there. Ow. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
64 minutes in, you couldn't want anything else.
Did Xingqiu sell his Aeon Disc?
I don't know what he's doing. He's a psycho.
He needs eggs. He's trying to find the game breaker.
Yeah, both teams are trying to find the ways. Even Ame doesn't have the eggs, which is, I think, a little surprising at this point. He has 11,000 gold, so you can probably find a way to buy it at some point.
And you just got to imagine what could have been if they just sent those illusions at the melee racks. Yatoro going to set up shop, walk on in and say, I'm tired of this. It's time to hit some buildings. They force out the glyph. LGD, do they feel confident walking into this? Still some extra duration left, but as it wears off, they'll back away. And the net gonna be reflected. Back the other way at him. Big Beyond goes out.
Mirror Shield.
Yeah, nothing doing there.
Also the, what's that one called? The Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Kind of just makes them not exist anymore.
Yeah, we have that on both sides for that additional save that's going to be available here, or potentially disable.
You can see Mirror just pings the Divine Rapier in his fountain. Probably laughing that there's littering. These legendary swords just thrown away for your second life.
Hex, late game done for the Razor. Toronto Tokyo collapse. They walk around the hill. They find him with the Hex. The Nightmare's there from Abrochka if they need it. Collapse BKB, 4 steps away. The sleep is now there onto the Queen of Pain, but the Book of Shadows keeping her alive. Yatoro still has not popped that refresher. Boundless Strike waiting, gets it off. Stun onto 2. Faith Beyond in some trouble. Dispose comes out, but they're going to reset this fight. Toronto Tokyo's waiting on the outside of it. LGD, do they want to take this? They get the silence, force out the BKB. Xingqiu looking for the punch. He finds that one. But then the chase, Yatoro, Boundless Strike, finding him, but the Grave is there. Wise been playing these so perfectly, but Mira right on top as the Grave wears out. Can they bring him down, jump in, go all in, find the kill? No more Tusk.
He tried to hold out on that snowball.
He also tried to save the BKB for like his escape, but unfortunately goes down.
And that's going to be a hefty cost away from that Aghanim Scepter now. Going to be very hard for him to find that one.
Also a late Roche, so these teams not really going to know when this objective spawns, what to do. There's still 2.5 minutes, but...
When is tier 6? Is that soon?
It's 120 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Starts doubling.
Perfect.
I hear that's in a couple days, maybe. Who knows? Next patch comes out, possibly.
Maybe depending on how long this game goes, it'll have to be updated.
True enough. Now you can see this fight though, it just gets so messy in here. When you have the Book of Shadows save, it's like you can't do anything to that target too.
Queen of Pain gets saved, and Monkey King has no refresher, so he had no ult or BKB for this fight, but it's still, it's hard to focus just one hero.
I mean, it's just total chaos. No one really knows on a team like what's happening. You're just like screaming out heroes, trying to blow someone up first. And the song's there. Ame like runs in a circle by the outpost before BKBing. They're just grabbing bounty runes.
It's hard to actually understand your limits on damage. You don't play this type of Dota enough to know, oh, I see a hero here, I can just go kill him. Because you're assuming, oh, they have a Bane, he's gonna Nightmare, that's all I have to worry about. But so much save, it's just so hard to like understand it for these players.
It feels like just like blind faith. You just like jump in, you just have to like hopefully you've got enough.
Even now, they're probably gonna start accepting the Book of Shadows as a save. And just have to jump multiple targets at the same time, or only use one round of spells, because that fight, they used Refresher instantly on Faith Beyond to get double sheeps on the Queen of Pain.
And did finally pick up that Synth as well. Been waiting for a while there for Ame, so finally said that, you know what, I guess, 4K surplus will be fine.
Yeah, gets that one done. No, like you're saying though, it's like if you use the double commitment of like that single target lockdown and then a Book of Shadows comes out, you've just wasted it all basically. So, scary stuff, and the flowchart Dota has been exploded. It no longer exists. It's all madness now, and who thrives more madness, we'll find out. As 70 minutes is approaching and waiting for that next Roche respawn. 50-50 still. Who's to say? Who's to say?
50-50 for so long.
If we go to the buybacks, we'll see that only the position 4s on both teams don't have it. So every core has buyback. Everyone's going to want this Roche. And it's just going to be an objective that force, and the Aegis honestly won't matter. It's going to be how many buybacks you have to use to get the objective.
Yeah, I feel like Mira's going to be picking up this one or something, you know.
Where's in queue?
Yeah.
Unless you're leading to one way for the next fight.
That's right. Who knows?
Got my theories.
Dota Plus told me at 50-50. I'm going to trust them till I see it.
All right, you go that side, I'll go this side. We got it all covered.
Well, the other team also wanting to give up a bad fight just in case. I mean, this is the one thing, right? This objective is far less important than losing the fight. If you lose the fight going into this, the game just might be over at that point.
This is the advantage right now for LGD, because they have a Naga and they have the two sides of racks, so waves always push for them. They get the vision. It's constantly going to be Spirit heroes that have to walk backward, push the lane, show their heroes. So in the really long fight, the 3 minutes of AFKing around the Roche pit, LGD will have a slight lead, but in terms of if the fight actually starts, it's really hard.
So far, they're still holding it far enough out from Team Spirit that they're able to engage right now. They can't get the pressure to force someone back from the side of Team Spirit.
Roche slowly falling to the people trying to just get vision of him, walking out of the river, back in over and over.
He's truly the tormented one here.
Well, you could say it, that little advantage you were talking about, 52 now. But 70 minutes in, and the key things will be, as you said, those buybacks, the position where the fight takes place. Monkey King queuing up that refresher after having so much gold just sitting around. 809 GPM. Over 1,000 right now for Ame.
Oh, he can end the game now.
That's true.
GPM.
He was just waiting for 1,000 GPM.
Yeah.
Tusk is 800 gold off the Ags. I think that's a really big item, especially against the Monkey King. We've talked so much about this one Wukong's, and if you have a free tool that kicks him out.
Oh, well, now it's 2 Wukongs.
Smoke. Ame in the trees. Do they see the vision? Do they spot him? They do, but the blink back. Mira, just a second too late. It's so dangerous that that's the hero that has to go forward too without buyback.
Level 30 Monkey King. I don't think I've ever seen this talent actually into play. He had zero cooldown on his spring, which means he gets to jump down from trees as fast as he wants to. His limit is the mana at this point.
Interesting. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, and I guess mana is a little bit of a concern. Doesn't have that many items for it.
Especially if he wants to be able to use the refresher and the double ults. He has to. Honestly, he might not want to use it that often.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a problem here.
In case of emergencies only. But Faith Beyond making the long wrap around Toronto, Tokyo.
The crazy popping like
double spell block. Links, BKB, Sonic Wave, one time. Yatoro in, has the Boundless Strike. Wukong's down. Can they get out? They push Xingqiu in even deeper.
He's the only one stuck. Get him out of there.
Long duration. I mean, the grave is early.
Oh, toss back in.
Dispose, they found her. That's the BKB right there. The Hex is out. Can they do it? Chase forward, broken, pop with the refresher. The cheese is out. Faith Beyond keeping himself alive. The snowball. Have the Will-O-Wisp down. It was one hit away. Made a little bit of separation there. Yato getting all of his damage drained.
Yeah, Faith Beyond
so much. Can they do it? They don't even feel confident, even with all that damage there, to run into the Wukong's command.
Oh, the Obs and Sentry combo put right in the middle as well to help her during this fight, but it's a retreat from LGD, and now they say, all right, we head towards that Roche pit. What do you have left in the tank?
You can see even Ame, his Naga Siren's trying to take a little nap. His head is backwards. This game feeling really long for his hero.
That's true.
No way to end it.
Yeah, it's an exhausting hero to play. You know, it's one of those tinker heroes. When you're getting the full micro on.
It also feels very bad because he's kind of absorbing all the farm, even though he doesn't need it.
Yatoro willing to walk in, has the Desolator. Stygian online, Song of the Siren, 15 seconds from being done. Is this the moment for Team Spirit? Book of Shadows, available if they need to use it, but on the other side, they found Mira, pops the BKB with the sidekick. Maposhka under control, the Hex is out. Needs to get up that cliff, but can't quite get there.
Turn on Ame though! Dropping with the grave again for Y! He's always there!
The Crypto, there's nothing to break that. Maposhka secures the kill. Ame's gone.
Now he has no TP.
He's Book of Shadows. He's in trouble. Oh, you're right. He can't get back to the fight. He needs a refresher. All that gold and he can't TP to his team. That's not what they needed on LGD.
There's still more snowballs.
Still looking. Yeah, they get out. They need to go in and finish off this Roach potentially here. Or they just reset, wait for the fight.
This has lasted so long, there's another Wukong's back up though.
Unbelievable. These fights, just mass insanity. This game has gone the distance and a bit more than that.
With 5,000 gold, they lose his stacks.
He's running all the way out.
But it might not come soon enough.
What can they find here?
Gets recalled by the Coddle.
Roche is very low. Roche is very low, and Yatoro wants to finish it. Drops the Wukongs. Say, come and deal with me. BKB there. Sync Q like a madman. Walks into the pit. The totems, the goals. Isn't it enough? He goes in. He takes the extra pressure. The grave. He has it all. Aegis on the collapse. That's going to be good for them. Team Spirit, they get two. No Sync Q for 2 minutes. The Hex. It's on Inaga. Can they kill him off in time? Tries to miss and tries to survive the heal. It's not enough. Another grave. But I don't think they have the damage. I don't think they can get him out. Can they do it? No! Yatoro with the triple kill. Another lift up. Everybody's buying back and look at the throne. The throne is open. Team Spirit, they gotta deal with their base. They're back with Toronto Tokyo. He's gonna keep it alive.
Oh, that's
Ultra kill. Yatoro, he's too strong. Fabian pops the refresher, needs a BKB, but the rapier. Yatoro, God, GG. If you just woke up, if you're staying up late, we got a grand finals here.